It was approximately 3 weeks ago. There was four of us sitting around the kitchen table here, and we were having coffee and talking and so on, and one of the guys' names was Jake. And Jake says, "Do you remember that clock that you fixed for me many years ago?" And actually I couldn't remember, but apparently I did. I was fixing a lot of clocks back then for people, but anyway, that's another story. So Jake says, well, it's giving trouble again. It's not working. And he'd had it to a clockmaker, and he was told that what's happening is that one of the shafts is worn down through the plate, and it's elongated the bearing. If I can spot that, I'll stick on the macro lens and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But anyway, he was thinking of maybe upgrading to an electronic movement. And so I showed him a movement I had here in one of my clocks, and he liked the sound of it, and he thought, yeah, maybe we'll give that a try. So the next time Jake comes over for coffee and we're sitting around, he's got his clock with him. And we're sort of kibitzing around about, yeah, I can do a video on this. And one of the guys says, yeah, you could call it Uncle Jake's clock. Well, Uncle Jake's clock, it is. Now, for the last several years, whenever I need electronic clock parts, I've been getting them from an outfit called Craft Time Clockery. And they're in Ontario. But it doesn't matter that they're like 1,000 miles away. Their mail order service is so good that I just get my order usually within a very few days. I think one time it actually came on the third day after I ordered it. Now that was really good. Anyway, I'm starting to get off the subject here a little bit. I was talking to Grace there a couple of weeks ago before I placed this order. I wanted to make sure that they had this particular tubular chime movement still in stock. And Grace said, yes, we do. In fact, she said we're getting it in two different ways now. We're getting in a short shaft and a long shaft. And so I said, I'll take one of each. I wasn't sure which would be the best for Uncle Jake's case, but I knew that I could always use whatever I didn't use in my next free draw. But that's another story again. Now the case seems to be in pretty good condition. There appears to be a crack in the wood right here, but maybe not. Considering how old this clock is, it's been well looked after. So I want to make sure that, I don't do anything to damage it. A little bit of something on there. I don't know if I can get that off or not. Anyway, it says Western Germany on there. And on the movement, on the back, I'm pretty sure it'll be stamped made in Germany. But the clock itself, I'm not sure. It may have been assembled in Holland. And here's why. This name that you're looking at, WUBA, is synonymous with Dutch-made clocks. Even though the parts may have been manufactured in Germany, like I said, I think the clock was assembled, or might say manufactured in, Holland or the Netherlands. Yeah, and if my wife was still alive, she'd be able to tell me what that says, or how to pronounce it anyway. She was Dutch. She came over from the Netherlands when she was 5. Anyway, yeah, but that's another story too. So, Uncle Jake, when he got married, he and his young bride went to the Netherlands for their honeymoon. And they bought this clock as a souvenir. Yeah, an interesting thing here. I can still remember seeing Uncle Jake's bride getting out of her parents' car on their wedding day. And I can still remember the look on her face. Now, isn't it funny how things stick in your mind? Now, I don't really remember too much about that wedding, either the ceremony or the reception after. But I can remember the look on her face as she was getting out of the car. Okay. See if I can get this nut off without having to use pliers. No. I do it like this, it'll keep from scratching the hands. There we go. Yeah, now it'll come off. Now to get this one off, it should just sort of go like this. There it comes. That's getting a little tight there for some reason. Not dangerously tight, just there we go. Now to take the movement out, I want to turn it over on its face. However, you'll notice the hand shaft here is protruding further out than the surface here. I think if I go like this, put something like this down, yeah, that should work. Now, one more thing I should do here. I should really do something with my small parts so that I don't lose them. You know, it's kind of funny, I'm not actually seeing those elongated bearings. That's odd. From what I can see from this side anyway, it looks like it's in good shape. Well, I'm going to take extra care not to damage this movement. It could be that someday somebody might want to, put it into another case. Okay, I want to get these ready so they'll pull out. I guess I have to take this off. You know, my fingers are just not as strong as they used to be. Better get another pair of pliers. Okay, now I was just thinking, I gotta take this one off too, so I may as well kill two birds with one stone. And if I take this link right here and disconnect it, then I get both at the same time. And don't go any further than you have to. Will that make it? No, not quite. Should do it now. Yeah, there we go. And we'll keep this little link. Put this here and this here. Okay, so that one will come out. Now this one here, the only thing we've got on it is this hook. There we go. Okay, so this side will come out. Now I'll just do the same on the other chain. Now there's 4 screws holding the movement in. One there, there, here, and here. Now the chime rods are being held in by bolts from the sides. They'll be easy to take out. I want to be careful not to scratch anything here. And I'm sorry if I'm getting my hands in your way here. Oh, that one's stuck on. And so did that one. Now, this whole thing should just lift right out of there. And we'll pull the chains through. Maybe we won't pull the chains through. Uh-oh, I missed a ring. Oh, that's not the end of the world. Yeah, in my excitement here, I forgot about these pieces here on this side. Now we'll continue on here. Okay, it'll be interesting to look at this side for your elongated bushings. I will do that later. I'll put this down very, very gently so that I don't bend the hand shaft. Now these chime rods are removed by removing these bolts, that one and that one. Okay. Oh yeah, that's nice and loose. I should have been using my electric drill for this. I'm slipping. Okay. Now I do not want to bend these. Like I say, someday somebody might want to be putting this movement into another case. Well, now to see if one of these electronic movements is going to fit in there nicely. But you know what? That's going to have to be tomorrow, because it is already 20 after 2. And yeah, I want to get this video edited and posted. And then it's going to have a really nice electronic chime. It's going to sound really good.